Hello. It is time to Ironmon. There we go. We ride. Ah, it's been a while. You think this guy is spit up? Nope. Did he just win or lose every speed type except the last one, making me think that he was faster? I wasn't following. Alright. We ride again. So many, not necessarily children, but like not good mons. It feels bad when you get O-code by a pooch. Alright. So, had a bunch of exams this week. That was fun. Basically, I had a normal exam, an online exam, and then I also had a quiz that I thought was going to be an exam, and it wasn't. So, that was fun. They weren't, like, too bad, but I don't know. You know? You know. Do you know? I was vibing to the music. I gotta get back into the streaming mindset, you know? I am... Okay, there's finally, like, a good mon that is a starter. Unfortunately, I did not get it. But it's fine. Sidewave. Never mind, they have Stab Rock last. Bummer. Anyway, I don't know, not that much happened this week. I saw a friend of mine that I cannot take, so I have to take C-Dot, unfortunately, because C-Dot fights Articuno, I believe. At least I'm set for Articuno. Go, Flamethrower. Yeah, it had Aeroblast. No, fair enough. I know there was a... I actually was able to watch, or at least look into... I have to say, I always figured champions would be a bit overrated, but a lot of the stuff that I saw kind of proved me right, in a way. I don't know. One, like, I don't know, it's champions has a lot of problems, at least from what we've seen. Obviously, things might change, and also, might just be interpreting information wrong, but, I don't know, it seems a bit rough. Did I just get a Beautifly as its starter 2 times in a row? Like, in the same spot? That's crazy. And it's gonna die both times. Hell yeah. But it was like 30 slots if you're not paying, which 30 slots is not many. That's 5 total teams, provided you're not reusing anything. I don't know, that's just... I think the thing that bothers me the most, and I get why they're doing it, but I just don't like the decision, is the removal of EVs. Or not EVs, IVs. IVs... I don't know, you could do so many cool, like, obviously, it's weird, but there's a lot of skill expression with building in terms of IVs, like, obviously, the most obvious ones are dropping attack for, stuff like foul play and confusion self-hit damage, and dropping speed for, Psycho Boost? Dropping speed for, Trick Room. Okay, well, I was never beating this. Fair enough. But there were other stuff. I think Stakataka definitely takes the biggest hit here, because you can no longer run, I don't remember the nature. It's not Rash. I don't remember the nature. Lonely. You can no longer run Lonely Nature plus, dropping your physical defense. Ivy? Jesus. And that was useful for improving your matchups. Well, it basically made it so you got Beast Boost attack instead of Beast Boost defense, because Sakataga's defense is so high that you needed max attack and then a minus defense nature and less defense or IVs to get a boost. That also means that, for instance, before, to run Speed Boost or Moth, you could run Jolly Nature and then drop some IVs in attack. But now that's just not something you can do. Or rather, you can do it with Timid Nature, but that just is bad, right? Okay, I don't know what that was doing, but sure. There is a part of me that wants to try evolving this. Because, one, it's already level 9. Alright, you know what? Let's check. Can I see what it evolves into? Is that something I can do in this game? I don't know. Keep doing that, my bad. Yeah, I don't know if I can check. Yeah, I guess not. I'll take a look at the pivots first. But, it is a friendship evolution, so if it gets past the first battle, we're set. And notably, the biggest reason I want to try it is it has return. And that's a pretty good move, I think. Some would even go as far as to say one of the best, well, at least the best normal type move. You can maybe make an argument for Tri-Attack, since it has, it's not contact, at least not to my knowledge. But yeah, I think it's return. You know what's great? We're just not even gonna bother looking at pivots. I'm just gonna send it. No, it's this building. Now we have 102 base power return. We just need to get past... Oh, I forgot the item back here, damn it. I believe in the Togepi. Alright. Look, we have a really strong stab return. We have Adamant Nature, too. So if this guy evolves into a Mon that has, like, decent attack and speed, and by decent I mean good, we're kind of set for a bit, right? I believe in the Togepi. Alright. I'm not coping. These pivots actually don't look amazing anyway. Drizzle, stop it. Let me run. No, no. Okay, it evolved into an ass Delcatty. Understandable. Have a nice day. Was worth a try. Maybe it could have worked out. Who knows? Well, it wouldn't have. Stanter. No, it's a little too weak and also not fast enough to make up for it. Also, it's dying to this Hyper Beam, so here we are. Getting close to that 300 number. Ooh, Jolteon. Jolteon could be good. It's not. What is this moveset? Hyper Beam, Frenzy Plant, Hydro Cannon. I will be recharging. Or I could just die. That also works. Gotta love the Sword and Shield soundtrack. I think Sword and Shield honestly probably has the best sound track in all of Pokemon. It's probably a hot take. But it's a hot take I stand by. Yo, stab bounce off my 9 attack. It's probably still my best bet. Especially going for like a para. Alright, fair enough. Yeah. I'm so good at speaking. Oh yeah, the RBY PL draft happened. That's cool. The tour itself starts next week, which is cool and exciting. Let's go camera up. Hell yeah. It's not good enough to run, but it's cool that it won. Or it won. It got past the rival, right? Pretty good checking speed. I don't know. Wish it was maybe a tiny bit slower for that, but it's fine. Yeah. Just been looking into RBY stuff that I'm not going to disclose here because, I mean, I don't think anyone who's like in that tour not on my team would be watching this, but I might as well play things safe, right? But it's been fun. It's been a while since I've really seriously looked into RBY 1v1 specifics, and I've already found a bunch of cool stuff. So yeah. Please tell me that Kabutops is likely encounter and I didn't just run away from a natural, like, 5% level 8. Please. Oh no. I should have taken a look at its moves while it was on my screen. It's Slugma and Aeron. I should have caught it, honestly. Say, if I get Frenzy Planted, I get Frenzy Planted. Or at the very least, just, like, click Peck. I don't know. It's back. It's level 5, though. So it's probably the 10% encounter. I'll come back if my other encounters aren't good. Corfish. Antrobius, no. Pony. I do find it funny that Ponyta has a higher BSD than Jinx in RBY, and yet Jinx is like OU. I believe in SPL it's like 6th highest usage in OU. Also, it is the top tier in Nintendo Cup, which is fun. Like, it's the best mon in the tier. It's like triple S tier, which is very funny to me. That's what Fast Sleep plus 30% Freeze Blizzard does. Stat Blizzard. Oddish. Okay, this route's ass. I could go for the Scizor, I guess, but I guess I shouldn't have run away from that Kabu. It's gonna take a long time to find a freaking Kabu. At least a level 8 Kabu, I mean. I need to stop whistling to the music. I don't think people are gonna stay if people have to listen to my whistling. I mean, my whistling's like fine. It's pretty good. It's not like great or anything. It's more of I just need to actually be giving meaningful commentary. But I just can't think. I always have this problem, right? I hop on stream and I'm like, I'm gonna yap, and then I just can't think of anything to yap about. And then I start yapping about how my inability to yap. So, but I'm on spring break now, so that's pretty cool. Maybe I loop around, I'll find Kabu. Metatite, that's new. Not good, but it's new. Sorry, it's my default. It's just like when I'm thinking, and then with music on, I just start whistling. I missed my level 8 Kabutops already. I should have just caught it. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I should run around the other grass. Route 2 grass. Or I could go back and catch Scizor. Fuck it. Let's go catch a level 6 Scizor. Actually, I'll do a little bit of... I'll do one encounter. I'm pretty sure this was the run where Scizor was in here. Oh no, it's Heracross, my bad. I'll just find a level 8 or a level 6 Hera, it's fine. Eventually one will show up, I know they exist. Oh, it's so good. I believe in you, Heracross. He'll show up. Where are you, pal? Buddy? Friend? I saw you earlier, level 6 Heracross. Please show up again. That's level 3. That's the opposite direction from what I want. Alright, please, man. This has to be more likely than going for a level 8 Kabutops, right? The worst part is I'm going to catch it, and then it's going to be ass, and then I'm going to have to run around for Kabu anyway, and it's going to be so slow that I just can't run away from encounters, and I'm gonna die to, like, Aeroblast. Right, I'm not going crazy. I can find level, I'm pretty damn sure. I'm pretty sure I saw a level 6 Hera. Because, like, if there's a level 6 Minun, that means I'm locked out of level 6 Hera, but I'm pretty damn sure I've seen level 6 Hera on the way up. I feel like I definitely should have gotten it by now. I guess maybe I already did. Hard to say. Or maybe I just send the shitty camel. Who knows? Well, it's not shitty, but it's not good. Like, I don't think it makes it. It has a chance of making it. Natural Cure is useless. The stats are, like, okay, but not great at all. And the moves are not good enough to try to force it, right? Maybe I just do, like, 10 more total encounters. I don't know. Like, this is... Yeah, I'll just catch the next level 5 Heracross I find. Whatever. It's gonna be ass, and I'm gonna need to pivot off of it anyway. Yeah. And now I need to find the Kabutops anyway. Great. Honestly, I might even just take a level 6 Kabu. Not taking level 5, though. You can't make me. Yeah, it seems like Kabutops was the 5%. I mean, maybe it's a 10%. I don't know. I so wish the encounters were normalized. And it's like, I get why they're not, but I just so wish they were. At least I've been able to run away from everything so far. Minun's here too. Awesome. Whatever, I'm salty. I'm gonna catch it. I'm just gonna send it no matter what. I shouldn't. It's too slow. Maybe I just send Hera. Yeah, whatever. I'll send Hera, and if Hera dies here or whatever, it's fine. I just want to go next. Like, Rock Slide isn't a terrible move. Karate Chop? Okay. That's not bad. I mean, fighting rock coverage is very good, even if my rock coverage can miss. The stats could be worse. I do wish it was a bit faster. And also a bit stronger. But, I don't know, it's not terrible. Karate Chop's a decent stab. It's not like good stab, but it's decent. Or maybe I just can't beat the Staryu, actually. I shouldn't have fought this trainer. I should have fought the other one. I'll take counter over reflect, I guess. Maybe it could... Oh my god. I've been flame-bodied. This is so sad. And it had Gust, anyway. Yeah, I mean, 106 speed, 96 attack isn't terrible. I got Sharpen, which isn't terrible. It got Earthquake by TM later on, but, like, I don't know if it would ever have been good enough, you know? Kabu was too slow. Minun was bad. Tropius was not good. Parasect was not good. Yeah, it looks like all my potential pivots were just not good. So, fair enough. 'Tis how Ironmon goes sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean usually. Like, the vast majority of the time. Well, actually, no. The vast majority of the time, you don't even make it out of the lab. But you get my point. Get the one non-legendary Mon. Come on, make it out so I can catch a Thunderstorm Mon. Even though I have no moves, hit Moltres as well. Fair enough. I feel like the legendaries always have crazy moves. And slacking. Except for that one Ho-Oh earlier. That guy did not have good moves. Alright. It's fine, we go again. So many legendaries in this. This is like legendary Jigglypuff line. How? Canonical E-Speed Rayquaza. We're getting close to big 300. Oh my god, Shedinja starter, Shedinja starter. I guess E-Speed's my click. And they don't have anything that hits me. Awesome. I would like to maybe get a Route 1 pivot, because if this guy gets hit once, it dies. So if I can't run away from something and it just has coverage for me, I die. So I would like to maybe pivot to something. Pivoting to something faster also would be nice. I don't know if that exists on this route, though. So far, it's just Corphish. Wait, you can get level 8 here? Oh yeah, I guess you can. Whatever, let's just send the Shed. Jolpin. Got scared there when I couldn't run away. From the Jolpin. Any Water Stones? Eggy? Issue with Egg is it just doesn't learn moves. No Water Stone. Bummer. Right? I don't have a Water Stone? No. I'd like to see a third Mon other than Egg and Shelter. I've consistently been able to run away from the Egg, though, so I think Egg is slow. I'll do like 5 more encounters here and then I'll move on to other routes. Yeah, this Egg is definitely really slow. I've been able to run away from it every time. I'm just gonna catch the Altaria even though it's level 6. It's fine. Like, if it's a good mon, it will live no matter what. Huh. I don't know how I feel about this. Fuck it, let's just run it. Of course you have fucking Twister. Why wouldn't you have Twister? Nice AP boost. I have to go for a second one, I think. Next one is that Calm Mind is worth learning over Torment in case I end up going that route. Never mind, it died. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it was just mixed, which was weird. It didn't learn, like, any other good moves. Wow. Other pivots. If I found this Magneton, it would... Oh my god, this Magneton is disgusting. Obviously, the biggest problem here is that its special attack stat is not very high. But Speed Boost, Thunder Punch... No, Speed Boost, Thunderbolt, Ice Punch, Calm Mind. That is disgusting. It did not ever get Shedinja coverage, though. So that's a thing. And then Venomoth was bad. Was Egg? Yeah, Egg was slow. That Magneton could have been something. I think if it had Nasty Plot, not Nasty Plot, Tail Glow, that guy would have been cracked. Also, it probably would have just died to a Stray Earthquake somehow, right? Or like Bone Meringue, or Bone Club, or Bone Rush, or whatever bone move you're feeling this day. Alright, now that I've talked about Tail Glow, here it is. Of course, you have Octazooka. Bummer. God, I wish my brain functioned. Oh, you know what? So, during the spring break, I'm going to try to start working on the Toxic video. I think I've gotten a good enough criticism on my script. I've changed a few things. Not much, honestly. I think the script was good the first time around. And then, obviously, if I think anything needs to be changed as I'm recording it, I can just change it, right? That simple. So, yeah, what I'll probably try to do to not overwhelm myself with editing is just record each section by itself. So, like, I'll just start out with doing the intro, right? And then, and then I'll edit the whole intro. And then I'll record Gen 1, and then I'll do Gen 1, you know? Part of me wants to delay Gen 1, though, admittedly, because I think there's a lot of potential for Toxic in this tour, but I don't know. It just makes things awkward for, like, putting things together and editing. But, I don't know. Because, like, obviously having them in one project makes things a little bit easier on the brain. And that's a Kingdra. Instead of splitting it up. Master Ball for the Kingdra. Or the Miltank. Alright, I want to check the log. Okay, so the Kingdra was bad. Steelix is bad. Muck was bad. Miltank was bad. Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think nothing, or not, at least not necessarily nothing, but not much is going to change with any of the other sections. But I think the RBY section actually definitely could change a bit. But we'll see. Yo, Huge Power Mudshot's about to go crazy, no? It did not go crazy. it was drill pecked by a Laron. I mean, dude does look like he has a beak, so if it works, it works, I suppose. Jonks. Stab sheer cold, huge. Crit? I think this kills me. Oh, it didn't. Hell yeah. Jonks made it out. It's not good though. Perky. Nope. I don't know where I was going with that. Like Pikachu said silly. But that was not very silly. We're just gonna move on. I don't know where I'm going. And I'm going up to Viridian. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going, as in, I don't know where my brain is going. But often I don't. Especially because, like, it's nighttime, and I feel my ADHD meds going. By going, I mean, like, leaving. So... yeah. It's gonna be an interesting night. Let's just say that. Cannot catch this guy. The bat? Alright, never mind. I got Dragon Rage. What can you do? Those are interesting stats on the bat, that's for sure. Absol's bad. Chimecho wasn't... No, Chimecho was bad. This Pert was like, eh. Best bet probably would have been this Furo. Try to sketch like Calm Mind or something. And then like Psychic T-Bolt's decent coverage, you get Heat Wave later. Issue is one stray Thundershock and you're dead, pal. Right? And Calm Mind would help with that a bit, I suppose, but no stab. Bunch of children. That is a very low HP stat. I do wonder, I think I've said this before, but I do wonder what the lowest HP you can have at level 5. Because I know the lowest HP you can have if your level 1 is 11. Because the HP formula, because like, the HP formula adds 10, and then the minimum you could have is 1. So, I don't know what it is for level 5, though. I would not be surprised if 17 is it. Also, nice goat duck favorite. What was this one? Hitmonchan? It's not great. Like, it has stab, technically, with Hydro Cannon, but... Okay. The stats are, like, okay. The moves are not good. The ability's great. I don't know. I should take a look at my pivots. I don't necessarily need to pivot, but I should look, you know? You know. So, I've been playing Breath of the Wild. I've been replaying it, I should specify. Did I get the item over here? No, I did not. It's so good. It's just so good. I've just been having so much fun with it. And something that I've realized that I've never really fully done was actually super take my time to explore areas. Like, obviously, I take my time to explore areas, but, like, actually being super in-depth. It's been so fun actually being super in-depth. I've done, like, the entire south bit. Not like, the southern quarter. But, like... I don't know, the southern strip, if you will. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I just catch Flygon if it shows up again at level 8. Good moves, but it's just not doing that much damage to me. I guess my defense isn't terrible. And also the moves aren't like amazing, but they're pretty good. Looks like that it's not common though. And I've just been lucky that I ran into it twice. I'll check to see if there's like any common pivots that I can get at like level 8. What's on this route besides you, C-Dot? Inform me. Nope. I'm good without Sneasel. But yeah, this Golduck would need a lot to be able to win. Which is rough, right? What do you have, Nidoqueen? You're slower than me? No. I don't know. I don't have faith in this Golduck. But, like, if it gets a setup move and, like, Thunderbolt and also Bubble Beam and also Ice Beam or Extra Sensory or Flamethrower or whatever coverage you want to give it, right? It just needs good coverage. But okay, I thought we were going to immediately lose. Acid, I'll take it over the move I'm not allowed to use. Oh, that did 0 damage. This dude tried to double trap me with a bind and fire spin. And so far it's living. Where am I going? It just sucks that my only actual good move is Hydro Cannon, and it's not good. You know? Next move 23. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I'm just gonna send it without healing. This guy cannot win. Okay, well I got it. Okay, I might have lived. The assist T-Bolt though went crazy. Yeah, this Golduck is not winning. I needed a good move before Brock, and it's not getting that. Also, it does not want to land its moves. Yeah. Yeah. It got Tail Glow. The issue is, I mean, it got Tail Glow and it got Leaf Blade, but that's it. So, you know. Flygon was not good. There was also a Pidgeot here that I never found, which, okay. I wish I found this Pidgeot. It would have been pretty good. It would have been, the set would have been what? Rock Blast, Hyper Voice. Wouldn't have had Mach Punch, so I guess I wouldn't have been able to hit fighting, or, normal immunes, or normal resists, I don't know. The Nidoqueen was not good. There was a Golem and a Magneton here. Golem was bad. Magneton was meh. Fair enough. No Goat Dun. No Goat Duck run today. Bummer. Ludicolo. It's not good. Aeroblast. Aw. They also had Signal Beam. Well, I'm out of water. That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm gonna try to play more Breath of the Wild tonight. It's been such a fun experience. Like, here's the thing. Tears of the... I've said this probably before. Tears of the Kingdom is a great game. But, like... Breath of the Wild is just so good. It's just peak. While the story for Tears of the Kingdom kind of feels like it was made for a different game, and then was forced to be used with Breath of the Wild stuff, so they had to kind of force some stuff in. Like, so, in the flashbacks that, like, the sages or whatever were having, were those the warriors that were fighting, like, 10,000 years ago? Like, that's something I don't understand. Like, you're just showing me this character that, like, why do I care about these characters? That you're showing me the old sages or whatever, right? Like, in Breath of the Wild, you care about the characters because they were characters that you knew. They were your friends and, like, girlfriend with Mipha or whatever. And you get the memories of your interactions with them. And you see, like, their communities always still grieving them to this day. Right? But then, with Tears of the Kingdom, you have... Also, I skipped over attempt 300, oops. Tears of the Kingdom, you just have these sages that you've never met that you don't care about, the old sages. Obviously, it is cool that you get to work with the people that you worked with in Breath of the Wild. Except the bird. I don't remember what his name is, but instead of him, you work with Tulin. Which is like, you do see Tulin in Breath of the Wild, right? And he's training or whatever. But, I don't know. It just feels weird that it's not him, while everyone else is him, or is them. Even Riju, who has the responsibilities of being the leader of the Gerudo, right? Like, she has the responsibilities to lead the Gerudo, and yet she's able to do shit. So, I don't know. What's your excuse, whatever your freaking name is? Got him. If this Blastoise had, attack and speed swapped, I would definitely try to run this, but alas, it does not. But yeah, it's like the whole... There's also the Secret Stone cutscene having, like, the same goddamn script every single fucking time. And... yeah. It also just... While obviously you are in Breath of the Wild's world, and you have some of the stuff from Breath of the Wild in there, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like that much of... There's, like, one Guardian in the entire game, right? Which is in the, Lookout Landing area, I believe. There's one dead Guardian. And it's like, you know, I miss the Guardian. Like, just have more... Because, like, obviously the whole thing is, like, the kingdom's rebuilding. But in 5 years or whatever, they would not have been able to get rid of all the Guardians. At least I don't think they would have been able to. Who knows? Maybe they could have. I don't know. But it still feels like... It's also, of course... while they added 2 whole new levels of the world, I know people complain about the depths not being in depth, if you will. I actually think the Sky Islands are a bit lamer. Basically, having the towers that launch you into the sky and all that stuff, it makes moving around in the world feel just lamer. Like, I think in Breath of the Wild, you need to go somewhere. It's a trek. In Tears of the Kingdom, you need to go somewhere. You get launched out of the tower and glide there. Or you make a flying machine and you go there, you know? Like, the fastest way to move on the land was a horse in Breath of the Wild, and then, of course, horses aren't great with climbing, so a lot of the time, unless you need to go on a flat area, you don't even use the horse, right? But then Tears of the Kingdom, you just make a flying machine out of 2 fans and a steering wheel, and then you just kind of don't care. So, I don't know. Shoutouts Beatyfly for beating Aladios. And it's only because it missed Sap Cannon, but we'll take it. But yeah. I do think Tears of the Kingdom did improve on certain aspects, though. I think enemy variety is so much better in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, Breath of the Wild's enemy variety is probably one of its weakest qualities. Like, out of the main enemies, you have, what? You have Bokoblins, Moblins, and Lizalfos for, like, the main 3 guys. And then you have Keese and you have Choo-Choos. And then you have more niche stuff. And, like you have the mini-bosses of Lionel, Hinox, Stalnox, Molduga. Only in the desert, though, of course. I don't know. It just doesn't feel great. And well, like, that's one of the weakest points about Breath of the Wild. Well, Tears of the Kingdom, you have a lot more, both enemies and mini-bosses. I also like how you can find them, the actual bosses, in the depths. I think that's cool. I will say, I think the bosses in Breath of the Wild... Do I think they're better? I don't know if I think they're better. I think they're harder, which is a good thing. Also, I don't think this Golduck is runnable unless it gets a good move, which I don't think it will. But basically, yeah, because it's like, I'm trying to think of, like, the bosses in Tears of the Kingdom. I guess the Earth Temple, I forget what the name of those enemies are, but the, like, mummy-looking guys, I'm blanking on their name. I feel like it starts with G, I could be wrong. Likely am wrong. But those guys, the moth guy, while it's kind of annoying to fight them, like, the refight, the first fight, is very fun. I like the idea of the Water Temple boss, but in practice it's just kind of really freaking annoying, especially if you don't come prepared with the water melons or whatever they are, the water fruit. Then, what's it called? Okay, what I'll say about the biggest thing about Breath of the Wild bosses versus Tears of the Kingdom bosses is just that, Breath of the Wild bosses don't have that much variety, right? While they play very differently, their designs are very, very similar, because they're all based on, like, the Calamity Ganon, right? While Tears of the Kingdom bosses all get to be their own things. Like, you have the Muktarok, you have the... why am I forgetting the name of the spider? I don't remember the name of the spider. You have the mummy guy, moth guy. You have Is it Coldera? Molduga? No, not Molduga. Molduga's the ground one. Is it Caldera? Like Caldera, but cold? I don't know. Which that fight, cinematically, and, like, the music is great, by the way. Immaculate, even. But, yeah, it's just, like... And neither games have, like, fantastic dungeons, and that's just due to the lack of, like, dungeon items and stuff. And a lot of the puzzles being more pushed towards the shrines than the, other stuff. But, like, that's fine. I think I like the theming of the Tears of the Kingdom dungeons a lot more. I like the low gravity idea in theory, though admittedly I'm not the biggest fan of it in practice in the water dungeon. Just because I don't like the idea of the floating water dungeon area. But I like the boss, or I like the dungeons, I like the fire dungeon outside of, like, hovercraft cheese or whatever. Do I just send Golduck? I'm just gonna send Golduck. And if it doesn't learn a good move at, like, level 10, I'm just gonna keep sending Golduck. But... yeah. I just prefer the moves, the abilities you have in the first game, though obviously that might just be, like, more nostalgia with the first game. I just don't really like the building mechanic, just in general. I'm just not a big fan of it. You know? Because, like, I feel like it almost takes away from exploring, because you just make a hover bike and you just move around or whatever. It's just not that fun to me. It is. That, alongside the towers launching you up, just kind of feels bad to me. I also think, I mean, it's been a while since I played Tears of the Kingdom, because I played it on release and I haven't played it since. But I feel like the side quests in Breath of the Wild are better. And I feel like a lot of the time they kind of over-exaggerated almost. I don't know if over-exaggerated is the best word for it. But they kind of forced certain characters down weird paths. That being said, I do like what they did for some of them. I liked the whole Gerudo storyline. I like how they made it so you don't need to cross-dress to get in. And there's, like, the whole secret thing, and the sandstorm and all that stuff, and how you have to defend Gerudo Town. I think that was cool. I liked Sidon's story, and I liked seeing the underground thing. Was not a big fan of the rest of that part. This is... no, this is not a good Altaria. I was, like, looking at the stats, and I was like, these stats aren't bad. And I looked at the ability, so... also, it's not winning here anyway. But... I like the fact that you have to fight Edgy Unobo. That's funny. I don't know. Like, again, like, the story beats when you go to each town in Breath of the Wild also aren't, like, top tier by any means, right? Because you, like, for instance, Gerudo, you see that you're not allowed in, and then you cross-dress, and then you get in, you talk to them. I mean, actually, no, Gerudo's a bad example, because I actually really like the Gerudo one. Because you have to go to the Yiga Clan hideout, you have to do the stealth section, which is really cool. All that stuff. But, for instance, the birds, why am I blanking on their name? Rito. You go up there, you talk to the chief, you talk to the wife, you go over to the training grounds, you do the training, and then you go up and fight the Divine Beast. Like, that's kind of it, right? So, it's not like the stories in Breath of the Wild are, like, crazy. But I do think... I don't know, Also, I think the Sage abilities are just worse. Both worse as in less useful, and also worse as in, less fun. I do think changing the... Like, I think Tulin... Like, obviously he's great, and I like the fact that in a game where you can gain height significantly easier, having an ability that pushes you forward instead of up makes a lot of sense, and it also fits the newer thing where instead of having an ability that has a longer cooldown with 3 charges, you have an ability that, you know, just has a short cooldown with 1 use, right? But, like, Yunobo's is just kind of a bad attack that you really only use to break rocks, or, like, once in a while if you need a fire ability. Sidon's just kind of ass. Especially because you have to, like, talk to them to use it. Like, that's another thing is needing to go over to your astral projection of your friend or whatever to use one of your abilities really sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, you definitely can accidentally use abilities in Breath of the Wild. I think the most notable one is the Gerudo one, Urbosa's Fury. Where you're just trying to use a charge attack and you just accidentally use it, and you're like, well, I've already used 1 charge, and I'm just going to waste the other 2 charges because I want to recharge it. But you also have the fact that sometimes they just actively run away from you. And then you have to chase them down, and it's really fucking annoying. Like, I think Revali's Gale is obviously peak. I like Urbosa's Fury, even if it's a little strong, because it kind of just invalidates some fights sometimes, but that's fine. You have Daruk's Protection, which is solid. And then Mipha's Grace, which is great. Let's not kill this Paris. Start autopiling too much there. But, I don't know, it's like, I feel like all of them get a good amount of use. Obviously, Revali's Gale is by far the most useful one, but all of them get some usage. Compared to Tears of the Kingdom, where you spam Tulin's ability, and the rest of them are kind of there. Like, I found myself never using Sidon's ability, found myself never using Riju's ability. This Machamp's worth maybe trying to run, and also the pivots looked kind of mid, so. It needs, like, Tail Glow or something, but... And also better coverage, but we'll just get it. We'll run it. But, like, Riju's ability, I found myself basically never using. Sidon's ability, I found myself basically never using. Yunobo's ability, you rarely use, except to break rocks. While, what's her name? The Zonai person. They're cool. The mech suit is cool. I like how you go through the whole process of, like, building it for them. But also, it's just not really useful in a combat situation. It's useful sometimes to, like, break rocks and stuff, but that's kind of it. Right. And then, like I said before, you just spam Tulin's ability always. We got an Aurora Beam. Yeah, this guy wouldn't have won. Are there any good pivots? Not there. Could have gotten the Whale. Blissey looking stats. There's Lapras here, which was bad. Kingdra here, which was meh. Alright, fair enough. But I don't know. I think, honestly, the biggest thing with Breath of the Wild to me is just the exploration feels so fun. Like, I feel like you're much more inclined in Breath of the Wild compared to Tears of the Kingdom to just, like, you know, because in Breath of the Wild, you actually have to put a lot of effort into moving from place to place. So, you know, you're much more inclined to, like, when you're walking somewhere, you see something, and you're like, oh, you know what, let's go over there, let's check that out. And then you find something from there, and you get lost so much easier than you do in Tears of the Kingdom, I feel. Because I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is just going from place to place that you need to go to. I don't know. Maybe that's just me complaining. And again, Tears of the Kingdom, great game. I just think Breath of the Wild is in a tier of its own, compared to it at least. As for, I don't know what my favorite Zelda game is, honestly. I'm inclined to say Skyward Sword, but I think a lot of Skyward Sword is nostalgia. I think the top 3 is probably Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild. I don't know what order. Twilight Princess might also be up there. I don't know. It's hard. But I don't know, Zelda's so good. And I hope in like 2030 when the next Zelda game comes out, that it's gonna be peak. But also, like, of course with Breath of the Wild, you have to something important to remember with Breath of the Wild is the fact that, like, it was a game that shaped gaming for and it still kind of is. The whole Breath of the Wildification of games, making them all open world because you can, to force people to explore for longer, right? And obviously sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I guess going back to an actual Pokemon discussion, I think it works well in Legends Arceus. I think the idea of an open world Pokemon game is very cool. I think that making the mainline games also open world is a bad idea. I just don't like making the mainline games. Like, keep Legends games to being open world. And then... yeah, keep the Legends games to open world. And then you can have your mainline games be normal Pokemon games. I like the whole linear style of Pokemon games. I miss routes. I miss being forced to interact with trainers. And obviously we did not see much in the Winds and Waves trailers, but it's looking like it's going to be another open world game. But I really hope, at the bare minimum, they learn from their mistakes from Scarlet and Violet. Well, I mean, they already did a pretty good job with the lighting. Obviously, it's still not like a extremely good game audio or visual quality wise, but it is significantly better than Scarlet and Violet, and it runs at an actual acceptable frame rate. Shout out Switch 2, but also Switch 1 games can do that too, so, you know. But, like, make it so gyms scale with how many badges you have. Make it so you actually have to fight some random trainers instead of just going from gym town to gym town. Make it so you can turn off EXP share, so you don't over-level trying to catch things. Or have the level scale, so either way, it's like, okay, right? This Walrein sucks. I just caught it to catch it. Because I needed to feel something. But yeah, it's like everyone expected it to be like, oh... Sorry. Everyone expected it to be like, you go to a gym and they're like, alright, how many badges you have? Okay, well, I'll use this team. But that is an interesting, It wasn't good, but it was interesting. Anyway, everyone expected that, like the one short, like mini TV anime with Pokemon or whatever. I forget what it's called. But that's just not what happened with Scarlet Violet, at least. So I hope they change that. And please, for the love of God, make it so we can turn Switch mode off. That's been a thing since Gen 1. Why did you feel the need to take it away? If Overgrow Bullet Seed killed there, that would have been so sick. Because people will continue to try to play the game on set mode, but it's so obnoxious that that option was just removed. I think Nintendo games as a whole have been struggling with options. A lot of the time, they don't have options to remap buttons, which in theory doesn't matter because you can remap buttons on the Nintendo Switch, but it can be a problem for sure, depending on the thing. I'm allowed to use Crush Claw here because of the fact that it's a rival battle, so I can do illegal stuff. Tee. But yeah, it's just like rough. I miss linear Pokemon games. It doesn't need to be open world. It doesn't. I prefer it not being open world. I think open world works when you don't have like a badge thing you need to do, right? I think open world works when you are just going through a basic story, and you don't have to worry about these. I don't want to say arbitrary, but in like an open world game, having the badges and stuff, it does feel a bit arbitrary. They're there because it's Pokemon. Heater starters, my god. Fortunately, this Walreign's not great. I want to check out the other starters. Okay, so Xatu. It wasn't good. And then Blastus. Swap one of the attacking stats with defense, and this guy goes crazy. Except the moves. The moves were kind of ass, and the abilities weren't great. Anyway, and the HP was too high, and the sped up was too low. But, yeah. People just miss this. And if keep doing Legends games. I think the idea of the Legends games are great. Just keep doing those, and then those can be your open world games. And also, give your developers time to develop things. And pay them and make bigger teams. Pay them well, I should specify. They are paid, just not necessarily well. I know that the working culture in Japan is significantly more toxic than it is here, and that's saying a lot considering how bad our work environment can be. But I don't know. Too slow. Bummer. Everything is in HP. Nice static. Wonder if Pert can actually get through this. It's not like a good enough Pert to run, but like, you know, trying to pivot would be cool. Alright, never mind. I just realized I don't think I pressed the update button. Yeah, I didn't actually press the update button on the title. Oopsies. That has been updated. Too slow. Like, if this Rhydon actually had more speed, I would try to run it. But it does not, so here we are. I'm curious what's up with this arrow. Okay, it also wasn't good. But it's like, I think a lot of game franchises could, in theory, be cool with open world. Like, I think Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury was fucking sick, right? And I just wish it had more, right? I think a more proper open world game. Also, you have Odyssey, which Odyssey is also fantastic. But, I don't know. The fact, they both are fantastic games, right? And I think having a fun moveset to platform and move around while having this big world works really well. But, like, for instance, I don't think an open-world Kirby game would be good, for instance. I think more 3D Kirby games sound fun. I'd be down for... Because I felt like Forgotten World for Kirby was definitely an experiment. And I think it was a good experiment. I did not miss any Mega Kicks. Damn. I just wish that they had, like, more like, pretty much the only flaw, or the biggest flaw, I should say, that I have with Forgotten Land, is just that there's very few copy abilities. And obviously, you can upgrade your copy abilities, which does increase the amount technically, but, like, they did leave out some important copy abilities. Like, Stone and Plasma are the two that I was the most surprised to not see in the game. Especially Plasma. I feel like they definitely could have made Plasma work. I get maybe why they excluded Stone, but Stone is, like, one of the most Kirby abilities. I don't know, it's, like, one of the most... It's one of the abilities that you associate the most with Kirby. Like, it's Stone, maybe Hammer. My brain goes to Ninja, but no, it's not Ninja. Same thing with Yo-Yo, but that's just Superstar. I don't know. I'd like to maybe see one more move. Alright, good enough. But, I don't know. It's not good. Bummer. I would just like to see more copy abilities. I wasn't the biggest fan of the upgrade system, honestly. I would rather have more copy abilities with no upgrade system than less copy abilities with an upgrade system. This Marshtomp's fast. None of my other pivots look good. Whatever, I'll just send Huntail until it dies. I'm not even gonna heal it. But I don't know. Sorry, I just messed something up. There we go. Huntail really wants to continue this run, huh? The problem is I don't. I could just reset, to be fair. Oh no, guys, I reset, oh no. But, yeah. I am brained out, you know? No more brain function for me. I did reset the game. Oh, I didn't reset the game. There we go. I was just sitting there thinking I reset the game. It was taking a long time. No, I just didn't, I guess. Fair enough. Yeah, I probably won't stream for too much longer. Come on, Bagon. Oh, Bagon actually might win. Oh, wait, never mind. I got the lesser perch, but F drop. Bummer. Or I got Luster Perch should have dropped. I was clicking Thunderbolt on a Puggy-Wag. But yeah, I'll probably try to start recording the intro, or start working on the video as a whole, the Toxic video, tomorrow. I feel like I've seen Scissor multiple times, and I just haven't been able to get it. At least I have Ember for it. But, yeah, I'll start that tomorrow. Luckily, I don't have that much work to do this break. My spring break. Ow. Fuck. So, we're chilling, right? Maybe I'll end on 3-3-3. I wish I could take that Kingdra. Like, in theory, I actually could just make Kingdra one of my favorites, but I don't want to. I like my favorites as they are. They're probably, like, my two favorite Gen 1 Mons / Gen 1 through 3, and then the Mon that did, the last Mon that got past Brock. I like that setup, you know? Also, Golduck is another one of my favorites, so I like having it here. And it's just a good Mon to get in this, so, right? I guess my play is just roll out, right? Oh, I'm dying to sand. Bummer. Oh, I'm not dying to sand, I died to Dragon Claw. Oh, Jesus. Excuse me. I apologize. Been a somewhat long day for me. Not really, actually. I got up, got ready for class, had one class, drove an hour and a half home, played Breath of the Wild for like 6 hours, and then had dinner, and then stream, right? I need to remember that I have Stab on Hyper Fang. It's not like it matters, because I got Fake Out Luster Purge, and died. But, you know. You know, I just realized. Where's my mouse? There you are. That's better. I was looking at the layout, and I was like, why does something look off? It's because it was, like, full screen. Yo, the pig? Ah, it's too slow. I would have run this if it was faster. Bummer. Bite plus Ice Beam's honestly not bad special coverage. Just too much is put into defense and special attack. Also, minus special attack nature sucks. But it's whatever, you know? But 8 speed is just not runnable. Yeah, maybe after this run I'll head out. I'm feeling exhausted. I might try to stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see if, like, video editing happens. Maybe I will work on... I don't know. I'm trying to think of how I want this to work out, right? And I'm trying to think if I can work on the video on stream anymore, right? Because, like, I think editing on stream is awkward. I don't really want to edit on stream, but, like, maybe, for instance, looking for replays. Or, Alright, fine. I'll just yap while I'm looking at the log. Looking for replays, or, writing out the, stage list, or whatever I called it before, I don't remember. Okay, none of these were good. Fair enough. Anyway. We'll see. I might stream tomorrow. I just will say the next week and a half-ish, I am on break, so I get to stream more. Bye!